Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you can get when you include an ad from Podgo. I recently joined as a member and you can too. Apply today to become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. Make sure you add Am I on the Air in the How Did You Hear About Podgo section of the application. That's podgo.co at podgo.co.
Hi, am I on the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke, all the steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Don, you gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Live from the Red Dragons radio studios in lovely Tucson, Arizona, this is Am I on the Air? And now, please welcome your host, Don Mega. Thank you. Man, you guys are too kind. Too kind. All right. Cut it. I gotta do a show here, guys. Cut it. Chill. You guys are too much. I said cut it, damn it. Cut it. What is going down, everybody? I am your host, Don Mega. Welcome to Am I on the Air? Woo! Yes, we're live, baby. Live. We're actually broadcasting on a Tuesday on this go-around. We usually do Mondays, but something came up and I did not have the time to get it done. So we're broadcasting live here on Tuesday, July the 7th. That is correct. It is season 20, episode 26, and tonight's show title is My Shot. That's right. And man, I got a handful of things to review with you all. So remember, this is your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news, reviews, the whole nine. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to start off with Disney Plus's newest acquisition. This movie, this live broadcast is something that people have been waiting for forever. And it originally was not supposed to hit Disney Plus until next year. That's right. But Disney Plus said, you know what? We know a lot of people will be dealing with some hard stuff right now, and that people are looking for new things to stream. So we're going to release it hella early, and that is Hamilton. That's right, Alexander Hamilton. Hamilton came out on Disney Plus this weekend, and Disney Plus saw a spike of 72% of people signing up for the service this weekend, thanks to Lin-Manuel Miranda and his hip-opera of Hamilton. So this weekend, I watched this with my wife, and man, it was a task. This thing is almost 3 hours long, and I wanted to see it, but man, trying to find a 3-hour block to put on a musical was very, very difficult. But this past Sunday night, we found some time, we put it on, and man, it was pretty damn intense. There is no spoken dialogue in this whole thing. 2 hours and 40 minutes. It is song after song after song after song, and then some more songs. There's probably 30 songs on this damn soundtrack, and they sing everything. It is all musical, but I gotta give them props, man. As far as musicals go, this was pretty fantastic. I mean, to do a historical piece on Alexander Hamilton and turn it into a hip-hop themed opera was just phenomenal. And to think that Lin-Manuel Miranda sat down, penned this whole thing out, wrote all these songs, put it together. The dude, I already knew he was a genius, but he is far beyond genius as far as I'm concerned to be able to pull this thing off. And pull it off he did. It was great. It was shot beautifully. It was in 4K. It was beautiful. My wife absolutely loved it. I really, really liked it, and I really respect what they did with it. And the way that they took something old but made it something fresh. And that's what I really, really dug about Hamilton. So I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. I should give it 5 out of 5 to be honest, but it was too damn long. So I'm going to go 4 out of 5. But if this thing came touring around, I think I'd probably go watch it. So, that says something, man, when it comes to musicals, because I don't go watch these things. So definitely check out Hamilton. If you like music, if you like hip-hop, and you're looking for something fresh to watch, I highly recommend you check out Hamilton. Okay, now this is where the movie portion goes sideways. So I also watched the brand new Kevin Bacon, Amanda Seyfried, Blumhouse horror movie, You Should Have Left. And you know what? I should have left after the first 15 minutes of this movie. I should have shut the damn thing off and just called it a day. But no, stupid me, who feels the need to, once I start a movie, to finish it, had this backfire in my face once again. This movie sucks. It sucks bad. Blumhouse made a great decision by saying, look, we're going to skip the theatrical window. We're going to go straight to VOD on this one. And good on them, because I would have been pissed if I watched this thing in the theater. You Should Have Left. 1 star out of 5 for me. It's boring. There's no real good scares. I'm led to believe that 60-something-year-old Kevin Bacon is dating 30-year-old Amanda Seyfried. It's all over the place. I didn't like it. It really gave me nothing. And I just walked away feeling like I wasted my time. So this is one of those rentals that's like $20. So save yourselves $20. If you're interested in this film, just wait a couple months till it's on some kind of streaming platform. Do not waste $19.99 to rent this thing. I implore you to make sure you do not do this. Save your money. And then, for whatever reason, I decided to torture myself some more over the weekend, and I decided to watch the straight-to-video Undercover Brother 2 on Netflix, now starring Michael J. White as Undercover Brother. I don't know, once again, why I hate myself so much, and I just decided to watch these things. I love the original Undercover Brother. I really, really do. It is a hilarious movie. I dig it, man. Dave Chappelle's in there, Eddie Griffin, Chris Kattan. I mean, Denise Richards. I love the original film. I don't know what the fuck this sequel was. To bring in Michael J. White and have him try to be the same Undercover Brother that we watched from the first movie, which he is not. And I like Michael J. White, but man, he was not meant to be Undercover Brother. It is such a B, over-the-top comedy. I don't even know how I made it through. I mean, it's only like an hour and 20 minutes, and I think that's why I stuck with it, but whoo! So, see, it made me yawn just even thinking about the damn movie. So if I had to put a star scale to Undercover Brother 2, 1.5. 1.5 stars. Thanks for trying, y'all, but this was pretty pathetic. Okay, let me start raising the bar here. And I'll say Netflix also released something really, really cool. I love stand-up comedy, and Netflix released the new George Lopez stand-up comedy special, which was called We'll Do It for Half. And I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. My wife thought it was hilarious. It is super funny. It's George Lopez doing his thing. I love George Lopez's comedy. In the last couple of years, I felt like he fell off a little bit, but this is an excellent special. I really, really dug it. I wouldn't mind to sit through it again. I had some really good laughs, and I highly recommend it, man. If you like stand-up, if you want to just laugh, this is something you want to throw on. So check out George Lopez. We'll Do It for Half. Last week's episode, I reviewed the first couple episodes of The Twilight Zone Season 2 on CBS All Access. I just wanted to take a minute to say that I have finished the entire Season 2, and it's really, really good. I actually enjoyed Season 2 better than Season 1. There's a couple stinker episodes in this season, no doubt, but for the most part, I really, really dug almost all the episodes. So, highly recommended. Big thumbs up from me on Twilight Zone Season 2, so definitely check that out. As I continued my Netflix binge, I got into the documentary Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich. This is a 4-hour documentary, 4 parts, going through the craziness that is Jeffrey Epstein, from being accused of rape and all these things with underage girls, all the way up to his arrest and, of course, to his suicide, quote unquote. This is a phenomenal documentary. Once again, I say if documentaries are your thing, I really think you should check this one out. I thought they did a fantastic job on it. It's on Netflix. Check out Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich. And lastly, Netflix also just dropped the new rebooted version of Unsolved Mysteries. This was a show I grew up on. I loved Unsolved Mysteries. I just, right before recording, watched the first episode of the new reboot, and I really dug it, man. Crazy story to kick things off. Testimony from a wife talking about the night that her husband went out and never came home, and then they found his body. They ruled it a suicide, but we know better. It was not a suicide. So yeah, very interesting story here. I can't wait to watch the rest of the season, but definitely check out Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix. So there is my quick reviews of several different things. We had Hamilton on Disney Plus. You Should Have Left on VOD. Undercover Brother 2 on Netflix. George Lopez's Will Do It for Half on Netflix. The Twilight Zone Season 2 on CBS All Access. And Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich on Netflix, and Unsolved Mysteries reboot on Netflix as well. So, man, the binging continues as we get through all this downtime with no new shows starting. So, there you go on that. That is my quick reviews. Let's switch gears and let's get into our news of the week. Nick Simon, he's got a new untitled horror movie project that is going to be moving forward. Curb Your Enthusiasm gets an 11th season over on HBO. I know a ton of people are super excited about that news. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles CG movie reboot is in development, and Seth Rogen is actually involved on this one, so we'll see how that one turns out. Mulan director Nikki Caro is set to helm an adaptation for Amblin called Beautiful Ruins. In some sad news, we lost a comedy legend. Carl Reiner passed away a couple days ago at the age of 98. So once again, man, it's hard for me to feel super sad for somebody that lived to almost 100 years old. Still sad, though, for just a legend. Whenever he popped up in any movie, he was such a good presence on screen. And definitely our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends. This next piece of news I was a little bummed about, but, you know, after I sat and marinated on it for a minute, I felt pretty good about it. And that's that Ozark, one of my favorite shows on Netflix, has been renewed for an expanded 4th season, which got me real excited, but then found out it was the final season over on Netflix. That's right, an expanded 4th and final season. It'll be 14 episodes long, which is awesome, but they're going to do it in 2 parts. Part 1, 7 episodes. Part 2, 7 episodes, wrapping up the story. So one piece of me is really, really sad because I love this show so much, and I hate when shows are canceled or decide to not do it anymore when they're on such a hot streak. But on the other hand, we've all seen shows and we've all watched shows that we absolutely love that have gone on too long, and then we're just like, man, I should have called it a day on that last season, right? Ozark's in such a prime spot that I think, you know, the people behind it know, like, hey, we know where the story needs to go, and we're telling the full story, and there's no need to stretch it out. So on that side of it, I get it, I appreciate it, but I am a little sad to see Ozark go, but I'm glad we're getting at least an expanded season. It sucks that they're breaking it into 2 parts. That is kind of a bummer. I don't know why Netflix is starting to do that. You know, there's such the home for the binging, but lately they've been doing this whole part 1, part 2 thing to separate episodes out. Just give me everything, please, but, you know, I'll take it for now. Marshala Ali is set to play boxing legend Jack Johnson in a new HBO limited series. America's Got Talent has resumed production on season 15 with some major changes, including less judge cuts. It's going to be interesting. I love America's Got Talent. Last week's episode was the first one with no crowd, and it's going to be interesting to see how they roll through with judging and doing things with keeping social distancing and all this stuff. So can't wait to see where they go from here. Tubi has acquired the streaming rights to The Joy of Painting. That's right, that'll be coming there. David Ayer reveals who the original big bad in Suicide Squad was going to be, and there was supposed to be parademons. Midsommar, there's been a lot of rumors about their big 3-hour plus director's cut. Yes, it's true, and it is coming to Blu-ray, so get ready for that. I didn't like the movie enough to watch a big director's cut, but hey, more power to the people that did. Guillermo del Toro confirms that 45% of his new film Nightmare Alley has been shot, and he hopes to get back to production here soon. Star Trek Lower Decks, which is a new animated version of Star Trek, is going to be coming very soon. It's the first ever adult animated series of Star Trek coming to CBS All Access. Netflix has officially nabbed the global rights to Aaron Sorkin's new film, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Big bidding war for this film, and Netflix, of course, won the rights out to that. A live-action Frosty the Snowman is coming, and Jason Momoa, yes, Aquaman himself, will voice Frosty the Snowman, so that'll be very, very interesting. Ray Fisher accuses Joss Whedon of unprofessional behavior on Justice League. This is a bummer. I mean, everybody I know that had worked with Joss had spoke pretty highly of him, so kind of crazy that Ray Fisher's coming out now saying that the environment was hostile and just not good working conditions. Nobody really from Warner Brothers has come out to speak on Joss's behalf, especially not Joss, so we'll see what happens with that, but pretty interesting accusations there from Ray Fisher. Ray really just wants to get that Snyder cut out, like ASAP. Sam Neill teases that the original leads from Jurassic Park are going to have very big roles in the new sequel, Jurassic World Dominion. So this makes me very happy. I know, there was a big deal about Jeff Goldblum being in the last Jurassic World movie, and he was in it for like 2 minutes. So a lot of people were thinking this was just going to be quick cameos, but Sam Neill says that no, they all have some pretty big roles in the new film, which is fantastic. You know what else is fantastic? Beavis and Butthead is getting a revival. That's right. They're getting a 2-season order over at Comedy Central. It's going to be a Beavis and Butthead reboot. Mike Judge is back. He's involved. So I can't wait to see what a new Beavis and Butthead is going to be in 2020, 2021. Whenever this thing hits, I'm down. Comedy Central, 2-season order. Let's go. We have the new trailer for The Tax Collector. This is David Ayer's new movie. Looks pretty damn good. I am on board. I like when David Ayer gets back to his gritty street knowledge. Zachary Levi is set to play Kurt Warner in Lionsgate's new movie American Underdog, so that's going to be very cool. HBO and HBO Max set August premiere date for Lovecraft Country. I'm looking very forward to that show. Super, super bad. We have the trailer for Mortal, which is Nat Wolff stars in Andre Overdal's new superhero film. He's a very interesting director, man, so I can't wait to see what he does with Mortal. Apple has acquired Will Smith's new movie Emancipation. That's right, in a record acquisition. Apple TV has swooped in and bought the rights to that one, man. I'm getting so stoked at all these streaming services just coming in and acquiring stuff left and right, man. They're not letting the movie studios release shit. They're just like, nope, give me that film. Which is good on them, man, because these streaming services, there's so many of them now, they need to have good content, and for them to, acquire these big movies is a very, very smart move. Chiwetel Ejiofor says he's excited for Sam Raimi's new take on Doctor Strange 2, and he can't wait to get back to work on that, which is going to be awesome. Winona Earp, Season 4, coming to the Sci-Fi Channel. We got a sneak peek of The Boys Season 2, so you can check that out, the first 3 minutes of Season 2. Chris Miller says that Spider-Verse 2 will make the first movie look visually quaint. That's right, man. Big step-ups in technology. Says they're so excited for you to see what they're doing with that. Production of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is set to resume later this month. We have an article up with Asia Butterfield talking about losing the role of Spider-Man to Tom Holland, which is pretty interesting. And once again, I'd always like to just kind of briefly touch that if there's any news that I just lightly touch upon, you want to read more about, just head on over to our social media, our Twitter page, our Facebook page, all at Am I on the Air, and if you want to see the full articles. Disney Plus is set to join Comic-Con at home, and they will virtually present 3 original titles. Cinemark has officially shifted their reopening to the end of July, and they will require face masks like most of the other movie chains. Never Have I Ever has been renewed for Season 2. Peacock, the new Peacock streaming service, which launches on July 15th, has just acquired deals to air Charmed, The Affair, and Ray Donovan. So very cool, man, working out some deals with Showtime to add some stuff to Peacock, which is awesome. So I highly recommend The Affair and Ray Donovan. Those are 2 shows that I really, really loved that were on. Very, very cool. Let's see here. Sarah Jessica Parker's Swipe Swap will feature singles who exchange locations in hopes of finding love in a new place. There you go. We celebrated our 9-year anniversary on Twitter, by the way, a couple days ago. So congratulations to us. 9 years on Twitter, man. Pretty insane. Steven Tobolowsky reveals that Groundhog's Day series is in the works. This always... I don't know what to believe when a cast member comes out sometimes and says, oh, this is happening. Because most cast members don't know stuff like this. They might hear a rumor. It doesn't mean it's true. I've heard nothing about a Groundhog's Day TV series, but Steven comes out and says it. Of course, he was in the movie. I just don't know, man. So kind of take it with that light grain of salt for right now, okay? I just don't want people to get hopes up about anything. Stranger Things Season 4 is looking to restart production in September. Lord & Miller's Clone High reboot is in development over at MTV. Netflix has officially renewed, big difference from removed. Netflix has renewed The Kominsky Method for a 3rd and final season. Elle Fanning's The Great has been renewed for a 2nd season over on Hulu. Very excited about this news. The Westworld creators are adapting the video game Fallout for a television series on Amazon Prime. This is really, really cool. Fallout is such a big video game. I know that they would do something pretty cool with the television series, so I love it. Phineas and Ferb, the movie, that's right, Candace Against the Universe, is set to premiere on Disney+. Netflix has greenlit a new animated horror comedy series called Dead Endia. Eric Kripke says that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in consideration for The Boys Season 3 if they get that green light. John Wick creator is adapting the video game series My Friend Pedro into a movie or a television show. My Friend Pedro. So there you go. I don't know much else about that. Leslie Manville has been cast as Princess Margaret for the final season of The Crown. Let's see here. The Conjuring 3. The Devil Made Me Do It. Might be delayed to haunt us in 2021. So this movie is supposed to come out this year. But with everything shifting around at this point and everything being pushed back, they haven't made an official decision, but at this point they're saying don't be surprised if we push the movie to 2021. Henry Cavill was doing some promoting for Enola Holmes and talking about The Witcher. So of course the Superman rumors came up, and you know, he talks about the Snyder Cut a little bit and says they're excited to do that. And he says he loves playing Superman and he wants to do it for as long as he possibly can. But he also kind of tiptoes around the rumors that have come out lately. So again, no real news, but it is good to hear Henry himself say how much he loves playing Superman and he hopes to do it for the foreseeable future. Spider-Man 3 hopes to start shooting by September, so that'll be cool. This Friday on Apple TV Plus will be the new Tom Hanks movie Greyhound. That was a theatrical movie that is now going to be streaming exclusively on Apple TV. So definitely check that out. We have everything coming to Apple TV in July, everything coming to Amazon Prime in July as well. Everything new to Disney Plus in July as well. Katie Keene, yes, has been canceled after just 1 season on the CW. So sorry, KT. We also have everything coming in July on Netflix. I should have said that before, because of course we have all of your streaming platforms ready to roll. Katie Keene is also the CW's only cancellation this season. That's right. I mean, they had some other shows end, like Arrow, Supernatural, and The 100, but they had predetermined final seasons. Katie Keene was the only original series that got canceled and axed right at the end of it. Damon Lindelof talks about the possibility of a Watchmen Season 2. Basically, he says, if someone else wants to come up with the idea and writes a pretty cool story, he's like, please, someone else take it over. He really doesn't want to do it himself, so we'll see if anybody else does that. Cowboy Bebop, the live-action movie, is heading to New Zealand to be able to shoot. There's a rumor over at Warner Brothers that DC Pictures is looking to do a live-action Zatanna movie. I would like that. She's a really cool character. We know we're getting Justice League Dark here soon, so we might get her in that as well. But that is the rumor that DC Films is looking to do a possible Zatanna movie. David Farr is adapting John Wyndham's The Midwich Cuckoos into a television series. Ron Howard says that they're still working on the potential Willow television series for Disney+. Happy Halloween, the new Scooby-Doo trailer unveils an ensemble crossover, so you can check it out, man. More Scooby. Giancarlo Esposito is rumored to star in the new Ubisoft sequel for Far Cry 6. We have the trailer for An American Pickle starring Seth Rogen. This is coming to HBO Max. Mike Flanagan offers an update on his new Stephen King film, Revival. Sylvester Stallone teases the possibility of the return of Rambo. Let's do it, baby. I really dug the last Rambo film, so give me more. Give me some more, as I like to say. CBS All Access's new animated Star Trek Lower Decks gets a premiere date. That's right, it'll officially debut on August 6th, so get ready for that. We have all the video game movies and television shows in development. A pretty cool article up talking about Amazon's Fallout series, Netflix's Cyberpunk anime, Sony's Uncharted movie. We got everything listed out. Check it out. Sylvester Stallone also revealed that he's working on a director's cut of Rocky IV, which he says will be, quote, amazing. Of course it will. Rocky IV is the best. If he dies, he dies. Yeah, I would love to see a director's cut of Rocky IV. Let's do it. The Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition is now streaming exclusively on HBO Max, so very, very cool for them to add that, so definitely check it out. The Batman's Matt Reeves inks a deal with Warner Brothers TV Group, so he'll be doing more stuff with Warner Brothers. We have the trailer for Transformers War on Cybertron trilogy, which is coming to Netflix. We talked about it, I believe, on last week's show or maybe 2 weeks ago, that David Leitch, awesome director David Leitch, awesome action director John Wick, Hobbs and Shaw, Atomic Blonde, that he has a new movie he's doing called Bullet Train. Well, Bullet Train has just landed Brad Pitt to lead this movie, so congratulations there to Brad Pitt leading Bullet Train with David Leitch at the helm. That's going to be awesome. Netflix's comedy series Dead to Me is officially ending with season 3. We have the trailer for Die Hard with Kevin Hart and John Travolta, so check that out. Charlize Theron is very disappointed that they're moving forward with a Furiosa prequel without her. She really had hoped that they would come to her to reprise her role, but you know, we've talked about it on this show that he's going for a younger actress to play her in the prequel, so sorry on that one. Stargirl, which I really, really dig. It's so cheesy, but I like Stargirl. Stargirl has been officially renewed for Season 2, so congratulations. But also in Season 2, it'll be officially moving from the DC Universe app to the CW 100%. So it will officially become a CW show. Now, so I know some of you are probably like, well, isn't it already a CW show? Not really. It's a DC Universe original. The CW bought streaming rights to air it 24 hours later after it debuts on the DC Universe. So they kind of just have distribution rights, whereas in Season 2, they've officially picked it up as a CW show, so it'll no longer be on DC Universe. So I don't really care. That's good. It's congratulations. That just means that Stargirl and her Justice Society of America can possibly be in the Flash universe moving forward, since they'll all be on the CW, so I like that. The Batman, Jurassic World, and some more films are going to be resuming production in the UK, so that's awesome. Colin Kaepernick inks his first look deal with Disney. Congratulations there. We have the trailer for Above Suspicion, starring Emilia Clarke. Constantine movie is in development over at Warner Brothers, so just like Zatanna, take it with a grain of salt. But supposedly DC Comics looking into doing a new Constantine movie. Will it be with Keanu? We'll have to wait and see. Congratulations again to Hamilton. We mentioned it earlier in my review. Disney Plus app downloads up 72% over the weekend due to Hamilton. So big congratulations. Everybody looking to watch that. DB Woodside returning as Amadale for the final season of Lucifer. So that's awesome. The cartoon Infinity Train, season 3 of it will be premiering exclusively on HBO Max this summer. This is a show that my daughter really got into. It was on Cartoon Network, and then we thought it was over, and then now we found out HBO Max. So very cool there, and I'm sure she'll be stoked to know that. John Boyega and Felicity Jones have joined the new thriller film Borderland. Kate Shortland, the director of the Black Widow movie, confirms that the prequel will hand the baton to Florence Pugh. So there you go, man. We've all been hearing the rumors and everything. Florence Pugh in this movie plays Natasha's sister. We all know Natasha dies in Endgame, so it looks like Florence Pugh's character, who is a Black Widow in the comic books, will take over the reins and become the new MCU Black Widow now that Natasha Romanoff is no longer with us. So, very cool, man. I love Florence Pugh, and I think she's going to do great. Zack Snyder shows his support for Jared Leto's Joker, so that's awesome. That kind of just came off a tweet. Somebody tweeted him and said, "What did you think?" And he said, "I always loved the casting of him, and I thought he did a good job." So that's cool there. We have the trailer for The Kissing Booth 2, so check that out. Tessa Thompson says that the upcoming Marvel slate will embrace diversity, so very cool there. We all kind of figured that one was coming. Zack Snyder says that his Justice League will feature 0 studio compromises. That's right. He said in the quote, the theatrical version, majority studio compromise. The Snyder Cut, 0 studio compromise. That is fantastic, man. That is where we go wrong in most of these movies, is the studio coming in and saying, you got to do this or you got to do that, and getting in the way. And then it makes the film worse. I love that the Snyder Cut's going to have no compromise. He gets to just do what he wants. Hells yeah. Makes me so much more stoked for the Justice League. Hamilton is not eligible for the Oscars, but may have a shot at the Emmys. So if you're looking for award contention, that's that. Kristen Alfonso quits Days of Our Lives after 37 years on the show, man. I remember her being on the show when my mom watched it back in the day, so that is crazy. Jude Law is in talks for a live-action Peter Pan as Captain Hook. I really don't understand why we're going back to the Peter Pan well. Peter Pan movies suck, and they all bomb at the box office, so why are we going back to this well? It's stupid. It's a waste of money. This movie will not make any money. Jude Law, go do something else. You don't need to be Captain Hook. Peter Farrelly's greatest beer run ever has added Dylan O'Brien. I'm really excited about this. Eric Kripke talks about that they're going to film a short film based on The Boys. It'll be a spinoff about Billy Butcher, who, of course, is Carl Urban's character. So I love that character. I love Carl Urban, and it's so cool that they're going to do a short film based on just his character. So give it to me. Oscar-winning short film Hair Love gets a series order over on HBO Max. So pretty cool there. Elizabeth Moss is set to star as real-life Texas killer Candy Montgomery in a new miniseries that they're putting together. Joe Russo says that his Tom Holland-led film Cherry is almost done with post-production. HBO's We Are Who We Are new drama series is debuting in September. James Gordon and Ben Winston have inked a multi-platform deal with Nickelodeon. Patty Jenkins offers up some new details about Wonder Woman 1984. John Mulaney's Sack Lunch Bunch is going to be heading to Comedy Central. Netflix's The Last Kingdom has been renewed for a 5th season. Valley of the Gods. We have the new trailer for the John Malkovich and Josh Hartnett movie. We also have the teaser trailer for Hilary Swank's new Netflix series, Away. Andy Samberg says that they're rethinking how Brooklyn Nine-Nine moves forward, obviously with Black Lives Matter and police brutality and everything. We already talked a couple weeks ago about Terry Crews saying that some of the episodes were written and then they threw the scripts in the trash. Now Andy Samberg, who of course is a producer on the show and everything, says that they're rethinking the whole season, so hopefully they do it right. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie may be developing an R-rated project to do together. That's interesting. Unsolved Mysteries revival has already led to credible tips for the FBI. That's awesome. The revival is already generating some promising leads from viewers who already binged the first 6 episodes of the show. So that is fantastic. I'm glad that was the whole purpose of this show back in the day, is that you air, this and you say, what happened? And then people watch, and then people love to come forward and shed some light. So I hope that we get some updates on some of these unsolved mysteries. Peter Lenkov has been fired over at CBS. He is the boss at the shows MacGyver and Magnum P.I. He did Hawaii Five-0. He's been accused, of course, of workplace misconduct. So he is gone. Christopher Maloney previews his Law & Order comeback and confirms the long-awaited Benson-Stabler reunion. Netflix's upcoming Adam Sandler movie Hubie Halloween is slated to start shooting this weekend. The Mad Men creator Matthew Weiner is working on a dramedy for FX. Halle Berry is officially pulled out of the running to play a transgender character in an upcoming untitled film following a social media backlash, of course. So she had to bounce on that one. NBC's Peacock streaming platform has just bolstered its library once again, adding both seasons of anthology series Sacred Lies from Blumhouse Television as well. And that, my friends, is the news of the week. We did it, baby, in 35 minutes. I love it. So that is perfect timing to get on out of here. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, getting caught up to speed in all the latest and greatest in entertainment news right here on Am I on the Air. Let's do some shout-outs. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air. You can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Give us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/Am I on the Air. Make sure you follow me on Stardust. It's simply Don Mega, DONMEGA. Stardust is a great app with 30-second mini video reviews. Give me a follow and I'll follow back. Of course, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. I would appreciate it. It really helps us out. If Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. We're always streaming on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podchaser, Google Play Podcast. We are all over the interweb, so make sure you follow that. You can also follow us on YouTube and Instagram at simply Am I on the Air. And thank you to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. That's reddragonsradio with an S.com. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. It's a great podcast hub where we're always streaming on demand along with a lot of other great podcasts. So thank you once again for tuning in on this Tuesday, July the 7th. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all had a great 4th of July, even though, fireworks were banned in most states and we were still pretty much on lockdown. But, hopefully you had a good holiday weekend. So take care of yourselves and each other. We will talk next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody.
Red Dragons!
Red Dragon!